gang, Bison here. Today I would like to talk about the Tops Knives Bushcrafter Kukuri 7, designed by Nicholas Fury of L.V.I. Bushcraft and Survival. Now, just a quick story. Back in early spring of 21, things were starting to slightly get back into normal after COVID. I wandered into another state for a quick day trip, and I went to one of the local stores, and they had a lot of outdoors equipment in the back, and they had some Tops knives. So during COVID, nothing to do, I went through a bushcrafter phase that is. So I went in there and I purchased the Tops Knives Brothers of Bushcraft knife. The person in the store told me, hey, you know, this other knife here was designed by this person I know. He's, been an avid outdoorsman for years, Walter Norrid, and he designed the knife. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And they said, oh, check out this person's YouTube channel. So I checked out L.V.I. Bushcraft and Survival on YouTube, and I was blown away with what I heard and what I saw. A few weeks later, I messaged this person, and Nicholas Fury, and we got to meet in person. I got to handle this knife in person, and I purchased this knife. Now, this is the stock knife. We'll get to the next part in a few minutes. So, I was blown away by our discussion, by Nicholas Fury's wealth of knowledge, and by all the videos I watched. And, I've been in the YouTube world and doing, armchair commando reviews since late 2011, 2012 maybe. And I've been into, various knives since 85. I'm going to be 51 in a couple days next month. And so I've got a lot of years of playing with different things. Now, we'll get back to that little discussion in a little while. So here is a look at the knife as it comes stock from the box. We have a Cordura sheath. We have a little pouch in the front here with a little elastic band. Some parachute cord. Our Tops Knives whistle. And on the back, we do have our MOLLE attachments, some webbing, and some flaps that fold down for with some grommets on it. And then we have a belt loop here. The knife is retained by these two Velcro strips. And it has a plastic Kydex type insert here, so we're not cutting the sheath. Now, in the beginning of this video, as you saw, I put a little blurb that you can find on the Tops Knives website about the knife, about Nicholas Fury and L.V.I. Bushcraft and Survival, and the specs of this knife. I'm not going to reiterate all that because that's boring. Pause it and read it. So here's a look at the gorgeous blade. Bushcrafter Kukuri 7. Kukuri. And there we can see L.V.I. Bushcraft and Survival. Beautiful logo design. This is all done by Nicholas. There's our Tops logo. Just the shape of the blade is beautiful. I don't know why I get all fumbles when I record. Nice chipping at the front. The thickness is just, this will take a beating, and this will give a beating. Here's a look at our handle. Bow drill divot. Little hole for lanyard. Other side, bow drill divot, which is very nice if you're lefty or righty. That's what we like to see, made in the USA. So here's a look at the knife when it comes stock. So going back to story time, speaking with Nicholas, he said, "Oh, let me show you mine." I said, "Well, this is yours." He goes, "No, let me show you my personalized custom version of this knife." So we're going to stop right here, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Buckle up. All right, here we go. Now, the stock version, before we get into this outstanding custom work, this was the stock sheath, as we saw. Now, first, before we get into the beautiful knife, I'm going to show you some of the customizations I made to the sheath. Now, before I said Kedora, I don't know why I said that. It's 1,000 denier mil-spec, the sheath. 1,000 denier mil-spec sheath, correction. So again, the sheath setup here was not my original thoughts or my original design. This was inspired by the sheath when I saw Nick Fury's sheath. I didn't come up with this. This whole inspiration was from his sheath. So as you can see on the front here, just in this pouch, I put a little SC Survival tin with some items in it. That's just in there for now. I have added, to help with retention in case something happens, a piece of parachute cord with a lock. So if I want to keep this undone and behind the blade, I still have this to kind of retain it. Okay, we'll just unloosen that for a second, fold it back. On the back of the sheath, I have added another pouch. This is a large SE pouch, and I had to do some modifications to the webbing with some Kydex and screws. So I have another pouch in the back where I'm going to put other survival items in it. I have added a Gobspark ferro rod, screwed it on here. I made this Kydex for it. Again, Nick's came up with all this. I just made my own version of his creation. Now when you buy the Gobspark, it comes with its own case with a striker on it. I don't need that since I have the knife and other items in the survival kit. This is attached with some parachute cord. Oh, and here's a striker added to it that's kind of tucked back here. So I can take it out and have some length with about a foot of cordage to do strike work. And then I also put this shock cord on it for a little safety retention in case she does come out. I've also added about 25 feet of parachute cord here, and it's tucked up along the back. And through the back here, behind the SE sheath, I've added a leg strap that I just put together from all the various webbing and buckles I've collected over the years. I also have on here a dangler, so she'll sit a little lower. This little piece here is where I just have it hanging up in my shop area. So there's a look at the customization that I did to the sheath that was inspired by Nicholas's sheath. Alright gang, so here we go. So based on what I saw from his personal knife, he asked me what I wanted and I kind of told him what I liked and didn't like, and this is what we have. Look at this. Now all this was done by hand. I forgot whatever he used, but I think paint remover. This is all scratched off by hand. Look at that blade. Now, like I said before, I've been a blade guy for a lot of years, and I have never in my life have been frightened of an edge before. And I told him this, and he laughed at me. So there's our comparison. This is our stock edge. And here's the custom edge. Now, when he does this, there's no machinery involved. This is all done by different grit bands and a belt or a band strop. All by hand. No machinery, no work smarts, none of that baloney. Many videos back, I saw a video that he did on his channel of his design, and he sent me exactly what to buy to make my own sharpening system. I've tried it. It works. You get a much better edge doing it by hand than these other automatic systems, but you need patience, and it took a while. I mean, this took a while for him to do for me. This is like hours and hours worth of stropping. Now, so there's the blade again, and here's the other side. Look at that. Absolutely love this. Now here's the handle. This is what he calls Fury Road, all by hand with a file. I like this a lot better than the Tops, what do they call that, Rocky Mountain tread or something. So here's a look at the handle, customized, and there's it stock. So I had messaged with him recently, and I asked if he still will be doing custom orders, and he does not do them anymore. Sorry, memory card was full, had to switch. So, like I was saying last, he does not do custom orders any longer. Now, if you go to the Tops website and you purchase the stock knife, it does not come with this 1000 denier sheath any longer. It comes with a Kydex sheath with a dangler. However, when I spoke with Nicholas, somewhere between the spring and the fall of this year, he will probably be making about 10 different versions of the customized kukuri. So the way that'll work is he'll make about 10 different versions and he'll label them sequentially 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. If you're interested in that, you send him a message, tell him which number you want. You like version number 4 of this blade. Send him cash, he'll send it to you. Now the great news is he has in stock the original version with this sheath. Well, not this sheath. This sheath. Everybody has to modify it on their own. So, once you pay for the knife, you get the knife. You also get a certificate from him, from L.V.I. Bushcraft and Survival, of authenticity and a photograph. So, I'm going to put in the link in the description to his channel. Keep an eye out for, in the next few months, any progress or any news if or when he will be doing them. And really take the time to watch his videos. You know, I've watched a lot of guys and met a lot of people over the years. This man is the real deal. He has the experience. You know, if you're looking, like I said in many videos in the past, a couple times, for someone just going through their bag, you know, like I do, showing you this and that. If you want a quick fix, this is the wrong place for you. Check out his channel. He's going to talk about real world topics. There's a lot of religion involved. Well, some religion, that is. Equipment setups that he has. Different bags. And a lot of stuff that's going on in the world right now that isn't apparent to us, but it is real. He is not a conspiracy theorist or a nut job for a second. You know, I've known him for a couple years now, and I'm blown away, and I am on board with everything the man says, because I see it. I watch everything with my own eyes. I watch all the different medias. I look at social media. I see all the baloney, and I watch firsthand what people are telling me, and then I draw my own conclusions, read between the lines, and take a step back and look at the big picture. This is what I'm told. Okay. This is what's really happening. And Nick really breaks all that down to you. If it's not for you, don't watch his channel. But take the time, sit down, put some earbuds in, and really buckle up for a good education. And, you know, he doesn't make any money from the videos. He's given you his wealth of knowledge from experience through many years. So there's that. So here's a look at the original Tops Knives stock version of the Bushcrafter Kukuri 7, designed by L.V.I. Bushcraft and Survival, Nicholas Fury III. And this is his customized version that he made for me. We're a little blurry. Now we're better. Let's zoom in a little bit. And again, if anybody wants this knife, or the customized version, this you can find on Tops or Amazon and other places. But if you want this version, keep an eye out for his videos in the future and to see if and when he will be making custom versions. And you will be able to get the original sheath. The only place to find the sheath that I know of is from him now. And there's not many left. I think once his is gone, that's kind of it, unless you find one pre-owned on eBay. And if you do in the future ever get one of these models from him with the original sheath, shoot him a message, send me a message, and I'll tell you exactly what I used and where I got what I did to modify my sheath. Alright, gang. Thanks for watching. Bye, and out.